Hello? Hello, hello? Oh. Hello? Sorry, might turn my gain down a little bit. I was adjusting my gain for the podcast. Because I was really low apparently for them, but then I feel like I was high. I'm higher here. Yeah, I'm right on time. Obviously, chat, I'm not late at all. Hello. I mean, doesn't everything just like revolve around me as the princess, okay? Come on, chat. So, it doesn't, the party doesn't start until I arrive, right? Thank you guys so much for being here. Also, hello from Side Scrollers. Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, I was on Side Scrollers. Me and Rev have been going on like every other Tuesday pretty much. So that's been fun and we've really enjoyed that. And yeah, I appreciate it. I told them that I was streaming. I've been streaming 2 p.m. EST, like Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. And yeah, they were like, we'll just raid you. I was like, okay, thanks. Was not expecting that, but I appreciate it. So yeah, 2 p.m. EST. Yeah. So depending on where you are in the universe, it might be a different time for you. But anyways, yeah, we have some things to talk about today. A couple things we did kind of talk about in Side Scrollers, but I want to talk about them anyways, so we'll talk about them. And then a few things that we did not discuss in Side Scrollers. Majority of stuff actually we didn't talk about. So that'll be fun and new. Also, Wolfen, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much. Why no kick? I don't know, I just stream on YouTube, man. I don't know. Actually, I got an email from Kick recently, but I still don't know if it was a real email or not. Saying like, the email looked real, but like apparently, you never know because like people can spoof emails. And I'm very like, I don't know, I get so nervous to answer emails that look legit because I'm just afraid that I'm gonna get like scammed or something. So like, yeah, I don't know. I'm very careful about things like that, which I think is a good thing. I think we should, I think everyone should be careful about things like that, right? Because like, people will try and get ya. No, but like, it's not even about being like famous, right? Like everyone gets scam emails, you know, like you get the ones from like the Saudi Arabian prince that's like, oh, I have $2 million for you. I just need your account information so I can send it over and save it in the meantime because I have no living relatives and you're actually a distant relative. It's like, right. Who does that work on? Except for like maybe like really old people. I know old people get scammed, which makes me sad because like, I don't know, old people are so sweet. It's just like scamming a child, you know what I mean? Like, it's like whenever someone's like so old and like naive and like they don't understand how things work, it's like, it's so crazy. Like how do you like scam an old person and like take all their money? Like, you must be, like, the worst person. Like, how do you sleep at night? Like, genuinely, how do you sleep at night? Like, I know people, like, in our own family, that it's happened to. Like, old people that would get things in the mail, and thought it was real, and was sending money and all these things to these people that they thought it was all legit, and they, like, wiped their accounts. I'll never understand that. But I mean, some people just have no heart. So that's sad. That's sad, but don't worry, chat. There's lots of people that do have hearts that are good people. Don't feel too black-pilled. There's good in the world, I promise. I know we look at a lot of bad stuff sometimes, so it's easy to like, I don't know, be super black-pilled and be like, man, life stinks, like everything's bad, but like there's also a lot of good, you know? So we have to try and be positive as much as we can because otherwise it's depressing. And I don't want to be depressed. I hate scammers. I lost my Discord account to a scam attempt. Oh my goodness, that's also like a big fear of mine, which like I just don't click on anything, you know? I don't even like accept DMs from people. I do, but like I won't even open them if I don't know them. Like I just like press no. No, thank you. I'm good. But anyways, we have some things to talk about, so let's talk about them, shall we? Also, thanks. I'm glad you guys like my model. I wanted to pull out. I don't always bring out my staff, but I was like, you know what? I was on side scrollers. I was like, I'll do something a little fancy today. I'll bring out my staff. It'll be fun. So yeah, I was happy about it. It's cute. It's on my back. You can't really tell, but it is. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. What do we have for us today? I was going to start off with, of course, the amazing... This just made me laugh. It was we actually sent it in to side scrollers today. Because, you know, they always ask us, they're like, hey, if there's anything you want to talk about, send us in stuff. And we sent this in for them to talk about today. Maybe they would have found it on their own, but I just thought this was hilarious. So I was like, either way, I'm talking about this today. So yeah, let's celebrate International Women's Day together, right? Chat. So basically, Twitch is doing International Women's Day presented by Honda, which is kind of crazy. Like the car on Twitch Rivals. Oh, so where'd my music go? Where'd my music go? This is fake news. Where'd it go? Excuse me. It just disappeared. Anyways. Okay, there we go. Anyways. The scuff is real. So yeah, they're doing International Women's Day, and to celebrate International Women's Day, whoa. They're doing this game. I've actually never played this game before. It's called Overcooked. So yeah, it's a game. I'm pretty sure it's like puzzles, like teamwork, cooperation. It looks pretty fun, pretty interesting. Clearly, it's a very popular game. But yeah, so you can see some people have some feelings about it. This is what I said. I was like, maybe they picked this game. I don't know, because a lot of women happen to like to play this game. How dare you put women in the kitchen? The horror. Stop. Stop. Yes, Strawberry model is very cute. Why did it appear so low quality on side scrollers? You know, I'm not sure. I noticed that like side scrollers was lagging a lot for me today. I don't know if my Wi-Fi was just kind of being poopy earlier, because I noticed it got better for me, like in terms of lag and stuff, towards the end of side scrollers. It got better for sure. But yeah, I don't know why it was like that. I'm sorry. I was having a tough time though at one point. So yeah, I don't know. Me and Women's Day. How about no? Listen, I don't even care if someone wants to like celebrate something. Like, it's honestly fine. It really, like, this just doesn't really, like, none of this bothers me personally. But I just think it's very funny that people are mad about the game. Like, and like a lot of people are like clowning on this, you know. Like, I've seen a lot of tweets like LOL, like ha ha ha, or like what were they thinking, like just like kind of poking fun at it, which like who cares, right? But then there are people who are like legitimately upset, which I think is just funny. This person's like, who greenlit this? What the heck? At Twitch? Then it's like, okay, this, and some people think it's funny, you know, but it's like, it's a joke, right? This is a joke. It has to be a joke. Y'all picked a cooking game? Like, yeah. I hate to break it to you, but like, women also like cooking games. I know, it's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers that a woman could want to play Overcooked, a very, very popular game, popular with women and men. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the audacity? Why is Twitch having women play games on daylight savings? It's just gonna make them cranky. Thanks for the $5, Tuna. I can't believe I'm so over daylight savings. I don't want the time to spring forward. I don't want to lose an hour. Yeah, women like fun, cozy games. Like what? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not an expert on this game, but like, it's like if I don't know, if they picked Stardew Valley or something and someone was like, I cannot believe that they would have a cozy game, like, this is so offensive, why can't we have a shooter game, why can't we have, like, you know, it's like, okay, sorry that a lot of women like these games, and like, how dare us? Like, what do they think about me as a woman who actually enjoys, like, cooking in real life? Like, I guess that's probably really bad, right? Like, let alone, like, forget the video games. Like, I like to cook, like, actually in my kitchen. I know, I'm just the worst. Okay. And this was funny. I saw quite a few people saying things like this. Honest question, were there any women at the brainstorming session for this campaign? It's like, bro, you don't realize, like, you're actually being offensive by acting this way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I mentioned it on Side Scrollers a bit, but it's like by saying these things, you're like doing like a 180. And now like you're becoming offensive. Because, yeah, I believe there were some women brainstorming because women in the guild voted to play this game. It isn't a slight against women. In fact, it'd be really cool if we lived in a world where women could play the games they wanted without there being negative connotations about it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely bonkers that women voted for this game? They were given like a set of options. They also were given a place to suggest games, although I believe they had to have specific games. Like, it couldn't just be any game, right? Which it makes sense that they would want something that's like, you know, a big co-op game. I guess multiple people can play this game together. That makes sense, right? And the women voted for this game. No, you must pick a side so we can get an epic own on you. Thank you, Ignatius? Sorry if I butchered that. For the $5. Yeah. How dare you? How dare you as a woman vote for this game? Just disgusting. Yeah, another person saying this was chosen by the women in the Women's Guild. It was all voted on by the women, including myself. This lends itself more to the fact that as women, we should be able to play a cooking game competitively without the backlash. So it's like, yeah, you're literally like, by trying to be so woke, you have become like the opposite of woke. I guess this is like the dark woke. It's the dark woke, right? It's like you're like becoming evil by trying to be like so woke. It's crazy. Thanks for the $2, Baked. They think you're brainwashed from the patriarchy. Well, yeah, they say that to me. I'm married. I'm married to a man. Clearly, I must be brainwashed by the patriarchy. Why else would I marry a man? What? That's crazy. So yeah, you can see some people were like actually upset about this though. Like, it isn't just people memeing on it. This person said, I wish that we existed in the timeline where we could play what we want without harmful stereotypes looming overhead. Still, I don't think it was the best message to send right now with everything going on in the world. Bro, what is going on in the world where women can't play Overcooked 2? What is going on in the world? I think this is a harmful stereotype that women like to be in the kitchen. It's a harmful stereotype, and there's a lot going on in the world, and so I cannot believe you, Twitch. I can't believe you would allow women to play the game that they wanted. Actually, you know what Twitch should do? You know what Twitch should have done? They should have not given women the right to choose, because that would have made more sense for International Women's Day, right? They should have just decided for women. No, women, you can't play the game with the kitchen. That's sexist. How dare you pick that game? Me, the man, I'm gonna tell you what game you get to play. And it doesn't get to be the cooking game. I'm telling you that that's sexist. You can't like that. Like, what? It's just so silly, you know, like, it's just such a nothing burger, honestly, because, like, why is everyone so mad about it? Like, people are, like, genuinely upset about it. I mean, it's, like, one of the biggest things being talked about today on Twitter. And it's, like, why? Like, I mean, I get it, it's, like, funny to clown on it, I guess, but it's just, like, I saw, and maybe this is because I am who I am, and I'll admit, like, I can be a bit, I don't know if naive is the right word, but, like, I can definitely be oblivious to things sometimes. But, like, when I first saw it about, like, oh, International Women's Day, we're playing this game, my brain did not connect, like, this is a game about cooking and women, and this is, like, bad and evil. Like, I just was like, oh, cool, they're gonna play a game. Like, that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't read into it that deeply, which, like, maybe is, like, a me thing, I don't know, like, it just looked like a fun game, like, I was like, okay, cool, like, they're doing a game, it's International Women's Day, they want to celebrate, they're gonna play a game, like, that's great for them, like, you know, I don't know, I didn't think it was, like, a big issue or a big deal, but apparently, like, some people are very upset about it, right? There are thousands of video games and they just pick a cooking one. Are they laughing in our faces or what the heck is this? Like, I think they just picked this game because it's a popular game that apparently a lot of people like to play, and they gave the women in the Women's Guild options and they picked this one the most, so that was the one that won. I don't think anyone's like, what's so, like, can women not play this game? Like, are women not allowed to like Overcooked? No, when I first heard the drama though, I wondered if it was Cooking Mama, because again, I actually haven't ever played either of them. I've wanted to play Cooking Mama. Cooking Mama has been actually on my, like, wish list on Steam for forever. I just never actually did it. I think I would really like it, probably. I've seen people play it, I've just never played it myself. But yeah, it's like, who cares? Yeah, women can't be trusted to vote. Let's stop them from voting. Yeah, it's just messed up, man. Actually crazy. How dare women like this game? It's just wrong, man. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about with this. I just thought it was funny. People are really upset about it, apparently. And it's just not that big of a deal. Like, my take is, who cares? Literally, who cares? Why are you so mad about this? Like, I feel like if this is really, like, grinding your gears that bad, if you're really so upset over this, like, I feel like you need to get, like, some real problems. Like, you need to get some real problems in your life if you're genuinely upset about this, like, at all. Like, this is so stupid. So, yeah, I don't know. Big L. Very dumb. Who cares? Moving on. Also, they did mention this too on side scrollers, but I wanted to talk about this as well, because Shu had said, "Oh no, it's happening again." So apparently, this is someone named FanFan. Let's see what FanFan said. For anyone who hasn't already seen this.
Can I get an amen for the brave troops that died fight? Why is everyone like, why do people do this? Genuinely, why do people do this? Do you guys not watch Twitch as like an escape? I don't understand. Like, can we please talk about it? What are people's obsessions with, like, internet people, like, providing them with commentary or anything, or just like any discussion whatsoever on current events? Like, yeah, right? Like, the world fucking sucks. Don't you want to just watch Twitch and fucking relax and forget about how shitty the world is for 1 second? Oh my god.
So, like, that was basically what she had to say. Which, like, you know, my thing is, again, if you want to talk about something, I think as a creator, you should be able to talk about it if you want to talk about it. And if you don't want to talk about something, you should be able to not talk about it because you don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? And, like, I don't know. It just feels like it should be so obvious. It should be such common sense. But, like, unfortunately, clearly it's, like, not common sense because people are, like, pressuring people to give their opinions and their takes. But also the thing is, there are so many streamers that will openly give you their opinions. They will openly talk about these things with you. Like, go to those streamers. If that's what you're looking for, if you want someone who is, like, a political streamer, or they're a streamer who maybe they're not even a political streamer but they talk about it occasionally, like, go to them and talk to them and ask them what you think, you know what I mean, or what they think. Don't go to people who clearly don't want to talk about it, they don't talk about it, they don't care to talk about it, but of course they just want her to say what they want to hear. They want her to condemn something or to make a stand, because that's what they always want, right? They just want you to have their opinion, share their opinion so they know that you're on their side. I mean, a lot of you guys came to my stream yesterday, right? Or some of you guys did, some of you I'm sure didn't. I actually talked about Iran yesterday on stream. We had a whole deep dive on it, because I wanted to. I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to research more. It's a big thing. Everyone was talking about it, and I wanted to learn more myself. So I did a lot of research this weekend, and we watched lots of clips. We looked at, like, the history of Iran. We looked at, like, women's rights in Iran. All this stuff. But it's like, even then, and I said this in my stream yesterday, but it's like, and I kind of mentioned it earlier on Side Scrollers, but it's like, it's also okay for something to be complex, like for a situation to be complex, and for you to not have, like, a super solid, definite, like, yes, this is exactly what I want, or no, I hate this. Like, that's okay. It's okay for situations to be complex, and for you to, like, have mixed feelings about things, or for you to, like, feel like one way about something and then another way about something. Like, it's okay. It's okay to, like, for everything to not be black and white, especially when it comes to super complex things. And it's also okay to be, like, somewhat ignorant in certain ways, because, like, when it comes to things like complex geopolitical foreign policy, and I said this on stream yesterday, I'm like, I'm not a professional political pundit. I don't know all the specifics. Like, you know, I would like to be a little bit aware for myself, like, because it's something I'm, you know, curious about and interested in. But I'm not a professional. I don't understand, like, all these things, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't have all the answers. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I do. But it's just crazy people want you to have, like, a hard take and give, like, a solid opinion. And it's just actually crazy. It makes no sense. Yes, no politics. Amiibo fights, just content. Yeah, I'm that guy. Thanks for the $5. Yeah, listen, like, I do get political occasionally. There are things that I'm passionate about. There are things that I'm curious about. There are things that I get confused about. I've also been pretty clear, you know, like, I'm a Christian. My faith is really important to me. It shapes how I look at things in the world. And I feel like, as far as, like, especially in the VTuber scene, when it comes to, like, political, I don't even want to call myself a political VTuber, but, like, I am one of the VTubers that do talk about political things. But I feel like even, like, on the more conservative side of things, there's not as many people that look at it, like, more from a biblical point of view. And so I really try my best to do that. I mean, I'm not perfect at it, but I do try. And so I feel like there is space in this, I don't know, part of the internet that I feel like I fit into that space kind of nicely. I feel like there's an audience that wants to you know, hear what I have to say. I mean, clearly, right? Which feels nice. And I want to say stuff about stuff. So, I don't know. I just think ultimately let people do what they want to do. If someone wants to talk about something, let them talk about it. If they don't want to talk about something, they don't need to talk about it. It's not that important, you know? Like, it's just really not. It's fine. So, but yeah. That's just how I feel. A fellow Christian chud. Oh yeah. That's me. I am a Christian having unwavering devotion. A chud. Chud confirmed. Did you give an opinion on the conflict in yesterday's stream? Yeah, I think I gave many opinions. I mean, like I said, it's kind of complex. I'd recommend watching the VOD if you're really curious, and I'm gonna cut up some parts and make them into videos that are a little shorter for my stream, or my channel too, because the VOD was obviously very long. But, you know, I basically said, like, war is not fun. I feel like nobody should enjoy war, you know, like, people obviously die, like, people risk their lives, people do die. A lot of innocent people will get hurt in the middle of it. It's scary. At the same time, I basically just said, like, you know, do I trust our government to be doing things selflessly just because they want to be good people and free the people of Iran? No. I don't feel like that's probably what happened. However, like, did I see a lot of Iranian people wanted this and have been asking for help and have been wanting to be liberated from this regime? Yeah. Do I think that this is necessarily going to liberate them? I don't know. I mean, at this point, you can't change what's happened. All we can do is hope that good can come out of this. I hope that they see a regime change. I mean, we looked on stream yesterday. The women's rights in Iran is abysmal. You know, it's funny because, like, people in the US, including, like, women in the US, you know, they like to act like they're so oppressed. Life is so hard. You know, take a look at Iran and what especially women go through living there, and you will feel very grateful for where you live. And if you don't, you're just, like, I don't know, delusional, like I said yesterday. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I said. I was like, you know what, it's complicated. So, and I said a lot more, obviously, but that was yesterday's topic. I said my piece, so good Tuesday afternoon. Hello! But yeah, Kazahana weighed in. He said, it's so weird, bro. I could understand if it was like a political streamer, but they're just asking anybody for their political opinions now. Make up your own opinion, it's not that hard. Excuse me. And, like, yeah, I agree. Just, like, leave people alone. If they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it. Who cares? Like, it's just not important to be, like, pressuring people and stuff, you know? Last from me, but please look up Amiibo CK fights, old screw attack content. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, thank you for the $5. I'm not familiar with that at all. I have no idea what that is. But I will, I wrote it down, and I will look at that after stream. But they recognize that things are better here. Those women won't have anything to complain about. They'll lose their purpose in life. I mean, yeah, we talked about, at the end of stream yesterday, I kind of wanted to end it, like, on a funnier note. Because yesterday's stream was also very heavy, you know? It was pretty serious conversations and stuff. And we ended it with a clip of, it was Michael Knowles reacting to The View with Whoopi Goldberg, and she was like, she basically said, I mean, she did say that living in Iran as a woman is the exact same as living in America as a black person. She said that, and I was just like, Like, at that point, are you straight up just lying on purpose, like you know you're lying? Are you delusional? And again, I don't say that to be mean. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you're delusional, you're crazy, blah, blah. Like, no, genuinely, like, are you delusional? You've deluded yourself into believing that you really are living a life in the US that is the same. Because, like, I mean, not only, you know, Whoopi isn't just any black person in America. No, Whoopi is a very wealthy, privileged black person living in America, where she's able to go every day on her show and get paid tons of money to give her opinions on things and speak her mind. Women in Iran couldn't imagine that. You know what I mean? It's actually crazy to me. It's so out of touch. It's disrespectful. It's just disgusting, to be honest with you. And the fact that people were clapping her on in the audience and cheering her on, and there was the only, I always forget the woman's name, the one woman on The View that's like, she's a liberal, but they act like she's a conservative because she has more normal person opinions. And she was like, no, it's not the same, you know, like, I couldn't wear this outfit in Iran. I couldn't, you know, not have my hair covered in Iran. It's very different. And they're all like cutting her off. And Whoopi's like, no, no, no. Let me tell you. And it's like, it's just crazy, man. It's like actually crazy. Yeah. There's really no other word to describe it. Your design, I'm sensing something familiar about it. Sailor Moon? Definitely have magical girl vibes, so Sailor Moon, definitely. I also took inspiration from Madoka Magica, and then for my hair and kind of some of my outfit, I took inspiration from Game of Thrones. So, yeah. On a more just like interesting and weird note, I don't know how many of you guys live in other countries. This is like not normal in the US. But this was just a video that I thought was kind of interesting. An American woman went viral after sharing a video demonstrating how she gets into her apartment in Paris. Is this normal in other places? Like, let's watch it together. And I'm curious because it feels like crazy and also possibly like a major like safety concern, like a fire. I don't know. Let's watch it and you guys can tell me.
Alright, since everybody was just so utterly gobsmacked by the tour of me leaving my apartment, I thought naturally I would do the scarier view, which is me going up the stairs into my apartment. So here we go, the main entrance. Say a prayer. So naturally, as we walk in through the front door, we are met by stairs which lead to another door, which is met by a pathway with no stairs that leads to another door.
So basically it just keeps going and going, and I'm actually going to mute this because there's copyright music. I'm probably going to have to clip that part out, but of the VOD if it catches it. But I just want you guys to see, like, she's going through a door, then she goes through another door, and then she walks all the way through. She's still walking. And then she gets to another door. And she opens this door. This is like interesting. And then she has another door where she has to kind of like buzz herself in with her little like key or whatever. So then another door. And then the stairs. There's like stairs for days. So she's like, okay, I gotta get myself prepared for this. Do the little, like, I think it's the Catholic thing they do. And then she just starts going up the stairs. And there's just stairs for days and days. Yeah, we have doors in other countries. Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about she just went through like 5 doors just to get to like this part. But look how many stairs there are. I think this is the least crazy part. In my opinion, I mean, it's a lot of stairs, but like comparatively to like all the doors and the hallways, and she's still going. And it's also it's very narrow. I think some of the wall, yeah, there's another door. She has to lock this door or unlock this door. This is not her apartment door, by the way. This is another door. And then she locks it back, which is good for like safety purposes. I just am imagining how many keys she has. And then like how narrow that hallway is. And then she goes down another hallway. Then there are more stairs. Down this hallway. And then she finally made it to her apartment. Is that common? I'm not even like, you know, judging, you know, like people do what they gotta do, you know, I get it. But like, this is just like, as an American, and maybe, I don't know if it's like this ever in like cities in America, because I've never lived in like a huge city before. But this is not how it is anywhere where I've experienced it. The weird part is more so going through multiple buildings. Yeah, like the stairs themselves is not what's weird to me. Like I get like if you live in a really high-rise building with no elevator, you're gonna obviously have a lot of stairs. You know what I mean? But it's like you go through this door to go through this door, in this hallway, in this hallway, and this stairs. It's kind of crazy. But is this like a... Like what if there was like a fire? I feel like this would be like a safety concern. Is it not a big deal? It's just a pre-World War II apartment complex. It's like a rat going through a maze. Only really in big old cities. Yeah, imagine bringing groceries up, chat. Can you imagine bringing groceries home? They would have to have fire escapes. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was gonna say they would have to have something, right? Imagine moving in. Yeah, that's even more crazy. Like, how would you even get all your furniture in there, too? Some of those hallways look so narrow. And, like, also all the stairs. I can't even imagine. I feel like... And also, imagine getting a delivery. I feel like... Sometimes, like, if I would ever get a delivery, you know, the delivery person, like, misses, they take the wrong road or something, and they call you, and they're like, hey, you know, what's up? I missed your road or something. Like, it's crazy, because I feel like the delivery person would never figure out how to get to your place. Maybe it's a furnished apartment? Maybe. I feel like if it wasn't, you would just never want to leave. It would be too much of a hassle. It's just crazy. I know I'm loving merch too much. I'm curious about strawb merch. I do have merch. I actually have a keychain for sale right now. I meant to actually pin it in chat. I didn't do that. You have until... the 13th, so 10 days left to get my keychain from Oshi Market. It's a cute little keychain. If that's something you're interested in, for sure. Oh, that was just interesting though. Also this. Excuse me. We live in the ruins of a great civilization, chat. We used to be a proper society. We used to be a proper country. What happened? What happened? Why is everything so, like, bleak now? It's so, like, sad. Depressing looking. Like, this is, like... Can we bring back the whimsy? Can we bring back the whimsy, chat? Things were good. Things used to be, like, happy, you know, and enjoyable. And now everything just looks like... It's so... I don't know, it's like dystopian almost, you know? Like, everything just becomes big cardboard boxes, basically. Is there a strawb plushie? There is not currently, but there will be. There will be very soon. Oshi Market is dropping plushies for me and Rev, I believe in the next month or so. They're still working on the last bit of kinks for it, but yeah, they're very cute plushies. I'm excited to launch those, so I'll definitely make sure you guys know about them whenever they happen. But yeah, this was just like, man, I just miss this. I missed this time period. Like, things just seemed better, you know? I mean, I was a kid, so like maybe I'm like wrong. But like, you know, I don't know. I miss the whimsy. Things just seemed happier back then. Now everything's so like gloomy and depressing and corporate and gross. It's gross, chat. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. And yeah, there's not even many that have the play place anymore. Yep. We've ruined our country. We've ruined our society. We've ruined it, chat. Make architecture great again. Yeah, I like whimsy too. It's just so much more happy, you know? It's so sad. Brutalism, efficient, easier to build, and cost effective. Yeah, and ugly. Depressing. Makes me sad. I don't like it. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually kind of a big deal. I was kind of surprised no one else brought it up for side scrollers today. If this video will pause, what the heck? Okay. There we go. Let's watch it together, chat. So basically, I don't know if you guys saw the drama with Smoothie King, but I like Amala. She's pretty cool. She reposted this girl's video, and we're gonna be able to see this girl's TikToks as well. I want to preface by saying I'm not sure if both the girls that work at Smoothie King in this video, I'm not sure if they're both minors. I know at least the one we're talking about that made all the videos. I know she's a minor. I don't know if she's 17. I don't know if she's 16. I don't know how old she is. But keeping that in mind, also, let's just, you know, please don't go send, you know, hate to anyone. You're allowed to talk about things, obviously, and criticize things. But no need to harass anyone, right? Obviously, we all know that, but I just want to make that very clear, especially since she is a minor. But I think being a minor doesn't give you a right to just act dumb, you know? But let's hear what she has to say. Amala said leftist refuses service to 2 Trump supporters. She says the company she works for, Smoothie King, doesn't support giving service to Trump supporters. So the girl actually posted this on her own TikTok account. And a lot of the comments are actually super supportive of her in her, like, you know, leaning towards her, saying like, yeah, girl, you go, girl. You need to lawyer up, girl. This was wrong. Like, they did you wrong. But she wrote on it herself, refusing service to Trumpies gone wrong.
Yeah, like, we don't support that. Our company's not about that. Like, we're not really comfortable with that. Okay, well, you can have a great day, because we have the right to refuse service, so.
Okay, so you're discriminating, right?
So we're just, you're getting loud, sir, like.
You're just discriminating. So that's fine, we will leave.
Okay, thank you, like. No, we're not serving Trump supporters. You have a great day.
What's your name?
You have a great day.
Just think you've been discriminating.
I'm confused if this is a joke, too. Like, we're questioning the same thing. Okay. Because you're Trump supporters? They're going on Facebook Live because they're Trump supporters. Did Trump just not start a war yesterday?
You're refusing service at this establishment because of political views, right? Which is discrimination.
Do you know that ICE is going on right now?
Which is discrimination, right?
Yeah, but you came in here with, like,
Okay, well, you said you were going to leave, so please just have a great day and leave so we can continue what we're doing. Like, thank you.
we were just wanting to study it. You literally looked at us and I asked you if everything was okay. You said you don't feel comfortable serving me because of my husband's hoodie.
Yes.
This is discrimination.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like, you're still here. Like,
Discriminates us. So
that's illegal. Okay.
I said Trump discriminates us.
Right.
What does it have to do with us wanting a smoothie?
Okay, but that's what you support. That's what you love, though. So go ahead. Have a great day.
You don't own smoothie.
Okay, have a great day. Like, why are they still here? Why are they still here? Okay, that's fine. Like, you're just making us uncomfortable. I don't care. Like, have a great day. Get out. Go. Go. Get out. Like, he's like, go. Like, are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? That's embarrassing. You guys supporting Trump? That's embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? I cannot imagine if I worked at a Smoothie King and someone came in and they were wearing like a Harris shirt or something, you know, or or whatever. And it wasn't like an offensive graphic. It didn't have anything like, sexual or anything weird like that. I'm pretty sure it literally said either MAGA or Trump, like on his sweater. And they said that made them uncomfortable and that they had the right to refuse service to him. Or both of them, I guess. They also said, like, that's not what we support. Like, she even said, like, in the beginning, it's like, that's not what our company stands for. It's like, who are you, a low-level employee, to speak for all of Smoothie King? And, well, let's finish this up, and then we'll see how this ended up
Embarrassing for
going.
you. That's embarrassing for you guys. It's not embarrassing because my manager was here. She said the same thing to you. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you. Okay? That's that.
You know that's a crime, right?
It's not though. We have the right to refuse service here, and that's what we did.
I can't imagine if I would have went inside somewhere and like if I had like any kind of shirt that had any kind of like political message, or even if it wasn't like a MAGA, let's say it was like a Charlie Kirk, a lot of people have like Charlie Kirk shirts and stuff. I tried to buy one and then it never came, and then I canceled because, well, turning point. That's a whole different conversation. But, what if I would have went in with like a Charlie Kirk shirt? They probably would have said the same thing to me. Like, I love Charlie. I thought he was a great person. I had a lot of respect for him. I would totally wear a Charlie Kirk shirt. But yeah, I would also worry about someone acting crazy to me, possibly killing me, at the very least refusing me service if I just wanted a smoothie. Or, honestly, I'd be kind of scared maybe if they did give me the smoothie, what they might do to the smoothie. You know what I mean? Like, that would be terrifying, right? If they see your shirt and maybe they wouldn't refuse service to you, but who knows what they might do to your drink. So, just, not good, right? And I had another video, I thought, of the other, oh, here it is. So this is the woman, this is the woman that was married to the guy wearing the hoodie, so you guys can see. This is from her
discriminating
perspective.
and saying we cannot get service because Jake has a Trump service on.
Okay, well,
So-
you said you were gonna leave, so please just have a great day and leave so we can continue what we're doing. Like, thank you.
We were just wanting a smoothie, and you literally looked at us, and I asked you if everything was okay. You said we don't feel comfortable serving you because of my husband's hoodie.
Yes.
That is discrimination.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like, you're still
That is illegal.
that's
I
illegal.
discriminated you?
I said Trump discriminates us.
That has nothing to do with us wanting a smoothie.
Okay, but that's who you support. That's who you love, though.
You
So
don't,
go
but
ahead, have a
you
great day.
you don't own this. You don't own Smoothie King.
You're gonna no longer have your job.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm confused. Is this a joke?
Good luck maintaining your employment.
I don't care. Like,
I feel like they handled this honestly great. I'm glad that they recorded it. It was funny that the other girl actually recorded it and posted it herself, I guess, thinking that she looked good. And apparently a lot of people, you're going to see in her comments, were very supportive. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see. People saying like, OMG, this is Smoothie King. I love it. Same people who are okay with refusing service to gay people, by the way. No, actually, I'm not okay with refusing service to gay people. I don't think, I would say a majority of people who voted for Trump are not okay with refusing service to gay people. If a gay person came into Smoothie King and I worked at Smoothie King, I would never say, sorry, you shouldn't get a smoothie because you're gay. Never in a million years. And in fact, if that happened and I was in the room and I heard that, I would be like, that's insane. That's crazy. Like, what? It's like do you guys remember those videos that used to be really popular on YouTube, and it was like, what would you do? And they would always have the most crazy scenarios of like, they would do crazy things in public and try and see like, what would you do if you were standing by? Would you speak out? I feel like this would be like an example of that. Like, they would have a Smoothie King and there would be like a gay guy going in to like order the smoothie, and they would be like, no, I'm not giving you a smoothie because you're gay. And it's like, would you say something? I would say something. I would be like, what the heck? That's crazy. Like, that's actually insane. No, that's not true. She stayed professional at all costs. Like, this, nothing about this was professional. Like, it's crazy. Political affiliation is not a protected class. Okay, that might be the case. It doesn't mean you can just refuse service because someone's wearing, excuse me, a hoodie that you don't like. That has nothing derogatory on it. Why do people think the police are customer service? Ooh, that's actually just crazy. It is that serious. Thank you, Queen. So yeah, people just hyping her up, delusional, insane. Also, you're a minor and you have a username like that. I mean, that's not the only thing. As you're going to see with this girl, like you can see on her account. And again, she's a minor. I'm not trying to be mean, but where is your parent? Like, where are your parents? You're a minor. Where are your parents? Why are you walking around dressed like this? I am concerned. I'm very concerned. It's concerning. I want to know where mother and father is and why they aren't dragging your butt off the internet and taking your phone away and dealing with this. But that just shows we have a whole separate problem, right? We have a separate problem in our country and the world, really, where parents are not parenting, and it's a problem, right? And you know, I'm not even saying that to be mean.
Hi guys.
I'm really not. You know, people can say fatherless is a joke. I'm also fatherless. I grew up without a father. My dad died when I was a baby, and I've had many, many stepdads along the way. It's not an excuse to just act however you want, and regardless, I mean, it's just... but really, we have a problem, though. Like, where are the parents? Where are the parents? The parents are just completely... I mean, the parents are also at fault, right? The parents are also at fault. It's sad, and it's disappointing, and it's disgusting, and I don't even know how to fix it, you know? I don't. But this was one of her multiple follow-up videos that I want to show because, I mean, you can see she's just elated, and she doesn't care about any of this. She thinks it's funny, I guess. But let's see what she had to say.
It's Janai and Michelle. I'm just gonna explain what happened yesterday at Smoothie King Ann Arbor. So basically, it was really busy the whole day. It was just me and my other coworker. And basically, this couple comes in the midst of it being like super busy, so we cannot attend to them right away. We're just like, hello, we'll be with you in a moment. And they're just giving us really weird looks. And so like we're kind of looking at them back like, what's going on? And that's when we realized they're wearing Trump merch. And that's when my coworker says to me like that, like, this is making me uncomfortable. Like, this is weird. Like, because mind you, it was...
So they were wearing Trump merch and that made you uncomfortable. It wasn't something they said. It wasn't what they did. It's the fact that they were wearing a shirt that supports a political candidate that you don't like. And now you're so uncomfortable, you don't want to serve them. You know, I feel like what you really feel is entitled. Because I think if you were uncomfortable, if you were scared of these people, you'd probably just serve them and do what they want because you'd be afraid of what's going to happen to you if they don't. Like, for me personally, like, thinking from a common sense perspective, if I was afraid of someone that came in, if I was scared, I would just probably be real quiet, just do what they said, give them their drink, and just let them be on their way. I definitely wouldn't be confrontational with them and cause an argument with them and have an attitude with them. If I was genuinely scared and nervous, that is not how I would behave. I think you have entitlement issues. I think you feel like this was all justified. It's actually crazy.
The day right after Black History Month. And
what does that have to do with anything? It was literally the day right after Black History Month, mind you. Okay. And there are Black people that voted for Trump. Next.
And that's when Torta asked us if there was an issue.
Also, she called her Torta. I feel like I haven't seen anyone talk about this. I'm pretty sure this is like offensive for someone to call, like, she's like a Hispanic woman. Like, I don't think you, like, talking about her like this is like, this wasn't meant to be a compliment. You know what I mean? Like, so what, you're also racist? Like, you're gonna be racist towards the Hispanic woman because you don't like that she had a Trump shirt on? Like, what is going on? Again, where are your parents? Like, they clearly haven't taught you, they haven't raised you right.
You. And that's when my coworker said, like, yeah, we're uncomfortable because of your sweater, of your husband's sweater. And she was taking an order on the headset for the drive-through, and then so that's why I was doing most of the talking, because you know she was attending to the customer. So that's why, like, yeah, like we are uncomfortable. And then that's when he immediately gets loud. As you can see, guys, in my video, we're just saying, like, yeah, like, we're uncomfortable, blah 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 blah, and then he immediately gets loud, like, discrimination, you're discriminating against us. And that's when we start to
Yeah, because you are. You are discriminating against them.
get loud, because, like, this grown man is getting loud at us. And
Also, he wasn't even loud at all. He was literally talking to you normally. He was upset, which, like, yeah, I'd be upset too if I was being discriminated against on something so stupid. Like, what?
you know, he's probably so angry because he is an ex-meth head, okay? And yeah,
Okay, so let's pull up let's pull up things about people's past that have literally nothing to do with what's going on. Whether or not this guy struggled with a meth addiction or not, who cares? What does that have to do with him coming in a Trump hoodie? And I don't even know if that's verified, by the way. I don't know if that was actually the guy or not, but either way, it's just crazy. He was so calm. He just wanted a freaking smoothie, and you treat him like this, and then you're gonna come on the internet and blast him and accuse him of having a meth addiction and call his wife a torta. Like, let's be so for real right now. You are not the good guy.
like, I told them, like, as you guys can see in my video, I said we have the right to refuse service. Have a good day. They did not want to listen to that. Like, have a good day, SpongeBob Big Guy Pants. Okay, like, I'm not really sure what else to tell you guys, so that's why I kept repeating, have a good day, thank you. And then they started, like, asking us for our names, like, saying that they were gonna call the police on us. And it's just like, baby, you said you were gonna leave, so what are you still doing here? The door, okay.
It's just so trashy, you know? It's like, it's sad because you are just, you're just, it's just trashy. It is. And I hate to say it, especially to someone who I guess is, 17 or whatever. I don't care. You're being trashy and you need to grow up.
And now everybody's attacking me online, all the goys. News stations have picked this up. I'm trending on every social media platform. It's not like, guys, like, we just gotta lock in and wake up. It's not about Trump. It's not about Biden. Baby, Israel. Israel's the real issue here, okay? We all need to just wake up and accept it. And that's all the Queen Miss Michelle has to say. Goodbye.
So it totally takes a crazy turn because this is not the only time she mentions Israel. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know, like, where that came from. I don't know what Israel has to do with denying a guy with a Trump sweater a smoothie king, but she continues to go on about Israel, and let's just hear what she has to say.
Guys, like, thank you for everyone that's been supporting me. Guys, we need to stand up. Like, it's a matter of good versus evil. It doesn't matter red versus blue, baby. None of that. It's good versus evil. Stand up for what's right. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for something, baby. Do something, okay? Thank you.
Stop calling me baby too, by the way. You're a child. I don't want to be called baby. And yeah, I do believe she said all the goys. Yes.
Thank you for everyone that's been supporting me.
And you can see, you know, her chat's just eating it up. Stand for something or fall for anything. You're 100% right. Proud of you. Stay safe. I mean, these are people that exist in the world. Like, guys, that these are people that exist in all of these comments. You can't see. This has 1,222 likes, 300, 600. Like, these comment. Ooh, you're pretty and smart. Like, MLK would not approve. You're deluding yourself right now. I know that's right, queen. Like, yes, girl. Crazy respect for you. That's right. We're so proud of you. That color looks so good on you. It's mad cute. You're a queen. So proud of being so young and also digging into politics. Huh? What? So then she keeps going. I mean, she's really into this chat. Like, and I mean, it's going well for her. Like, people are saying, get you a lawyer and sue for wrongful termination. Because, Yeah, Smoothie King did drop her, by the way. I said drop, as if it's like a sponsorship. She is unemployed now, her and the other person. So Smoothie King did respond. They were not happy with how she handled the situation. But I want you guys to hear this too, because she just keeps going. She has a gripe to pick with Israel.
Okay, so Libs of TikTok just reposted my video to bring more hate and harassment to a minor, okay? But they
It's like, yes, obviously, again, we should not harass minors. However, that doesn't mean that you can just get a free pass to do whatever you want. You don't get a free pass to just act however you want on the internet. You're the one coming on here and making multiple videos about this, coming on here and accusing people of things and calling other people names like Torta and apparently Goy, and it just keeps getting worse. So let's just hear what else she has to say about this.
decided to cut out the part where I said that we all need to unify as Americans against Israel, and that that Trump and Biden are not the issue. It's time for us to focus on the real issue. Libs of TikTok is Jewish. It's time to wake up, guys. Come on, we gotta wake up. Okay, so
She said libs. I'm sorry. She really said libs of TikTok is Jewish. It's time to wake up. What are we talking about? I mean, I'm just like at a loss here. Who is this girl? What even are her opinions? I mean, she hates Trump. She also hates Israel. Which, like, you know, that's a whole separate issue, right? But, like, I mean, she's straight up just, like, what does Israel have to do with anything? What are we talking about? Like, I guess she's just anti-Semitic, genuinely, because what does this have to do with a guy wearing a MAGA hoodie? Like, it wasn't anything to do with Israel. We weren't talking about Israel. Like, Israel is clearly on her mind. Also, I don't know if Libs of TikTok is Jewish. I haven't heard that. I mean, I haven't really dug into Libs of TikTok or their, genealogy. It's just crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. But yeah, just because you're a minor doesn't mean you're absolved from criticism. Again, of course, nobody should go and harass anyone, especially minors, but it doesn't mean nobody can talk about what you've done, especially when you keep coming on here and you keep saying stuff that just keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Yes, Libs is Jewish. It's not a secret. I mean, I wasn't saying it was a secret. I was just saying I didn't know because, like, I don't really, know anything about them. But yeah, it's just actually crazy. And once again, I just have to ask, where are the parents? That's like the takeaway from this, right? That's the main takeaway from this whole story. Where are the parents? What are the parents doing? It's a problem. And I don't even know what the solution is because, as someone who did teach at one point, there were a lot of kids in my class. The ones who acted this way, the ones who behaved this way, when it came to the parent-teacher conferences, let me tell you, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's very sad. It's true. When the kid acted a certain way, I'd meet the mom and I was like, oh, all of a sudden everything makes sense. The parents don't care. The parents are the exact same way. The parents actually a lot of times encourage the behavior. They are in complete agreement and support. It is learned to a certain extent. Or it just comes from, neglect, right? Letting kids raise themselves and just do whatever they want. But either way, crazy. It's, crazy. Very crazy. I love how these comments get a lot of likes. This one saying, girl, are you saying that Libs of TikTok is a Zionist because they're Jewish? Two things can be true. Let's not assume. Which, like, it's just so dumb. But that one gets no likes, right? Also, apparently she did a GoFundMe. It got canceled. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. What's wrong with being Jewish? I don't know. Yeah, it's funny though, because it came up out of nowhere. Like, the Jewish comments, like, it had nothing, nobody was talking about Jewish people. Like, they didn't have a star, they didn't have any of this stuff. I don't even know. It's just crazy. Thank you so much for the Le Poke with the $2. Tuna with the $10. Do low-level employees think they have more power than they actually do? Your job is to put the fries in the bag. You're not paid to have an opinion, let alone a political one. $10 for pancakes. Thanks, I appreciate that. I agree. And Unseen Dimensions with the $5 saying 18 isn't a magic number. Accountability is based on knowledge. Plenty of people under 18 will be judged and sent to hell by God. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. And I mean, it's not even, put God, I mean, not that I'm putting God to the side, but it's a very valid point. But like, even for someone who isn't religious, right? We have laws in this country, and you're a minor and you break certain laws, you still get punished. It might not always be to the exact same extent as adults, although sometimes it can be, depending on the crime, right, and the severity of it. But you don't just get absolved of things automatically because you're a minor. Especially when you're clearly not like 13 years old. You know what I mean? It's not like she's like a 13-year-old kid. I mean, she's still a minor, yes. And obviously, hopefully, as she gets older, maybe some things will change and she'll hopefully grow and not be this way anymore. But, regardless, it doesn't give you an out or an excuse to act this way. And, yeah, it's just crazy. So, and then, there were comments like this on Twitter, which were just kind of funny. Hold on, let me pull this back over. Why argue and make a scene? Just leave and go to a different location. It's not that hard. Well, at least that's what the white folks say when black folks cause a scene in an establishment. No, actually, if this happened because, if there were white people working at the Smoothie King and some black people came into the Smoothie King and were denied service because they were black, no, I wouldn't just say they should leave. No, I wouldn't actually, because that's wrong. Like, why do we always have to bring it back to this? Like, and the guy was not making a scene at all, like in any way. He literally just said, "Why are you doing this to me?" It's like actually crazy. It's actually crazy. And then this person made a good point, right? Like I said earlier. So according to you, if this had been a white person refusing service to someone wearing a Kamala Harris hat or a, hoodie or whatever, that would have been fine just because they were uncomfortable, because it's all about your feelings. And then, people are like, bro, white people would have refused service to people of color for decades. Over here talking about as if it hasn't already existed. Well, we live in 2026. Well, I will say that has happened in the past, yes. It doesn't really happen anymore. And if it did happen, guess what? It would be wrong. Because we shouldn't be discriminating against people for stupid things like that. And, your political affiliation, it might not be a quote-unquote protected class, but we still shouldn't be not serving people over it. It's actually crazy. And, I don't know. Good on Smoothie King for responding. I think that was, a good thing to do, obviously. They said that they're committed to ensuring their stores are a place free of discrimination of any kind, where every guest and team member is treated with care and respect. So yeah, they took immediate action. The 2 employees are no longer with the business. So, yeah. Good. I know some people have pointed out, apparently Smoothie King has, on their website, stuff about DEI. And, personally, I'm not the hugest fan of DEI. I think a person who has the best qualifications should get the job, right? However, I understand people wanting diversity, wanting people to feel included. I get that. And ultimately, you're a private company. You can hire however you want. That's up to you. And I really don't care, to be honest, because that's so different than discrimination. When it comes to not, allowing someone to get a smoothie at your Smoothie King. So it's putting that aside, that's not a make or break it decision for me. I'm not going to stop going to Smoothie King because they use DEI hiring practices. This is what I care about most, right? I care that they are not allowing this to slide, because they very easily could have just ignored all of this and let it go away. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked that they did say something. But I mean, it feels nice, right? I'm glad that they did say something, because it's just messed up, you know? Nobody should be doing this to anybody. Yeah, how is DEI not discrimination against meritocracy? I mean, that's definitely a good point. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not. I think things should be based on, you know, qualifications and merit. However, again, you're a private company. You can hire however you want to hire. I might not agree with it, but I think it's definitely different than this situation. So that's my take on it. People gonna people. That's so true. I wanted to react to this video. Turn the music back off. I wanted to react to this video. I love Amala. She makes some good stuff. This is something that happened a couple years ago, but apparently all the stuff finally just now came out about it. Like body cam and everything. Her mom misgendered her and she responded with murder. So let's see. I mean, already not feeling very good about this. I'm gonna also remove my... I don't remember which button my staff was... I got it on the first try. I'm so smart. Make myself a little smaller so we can see her better. And yeah, let's see what she has to say about this. I'm very interested.
Her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and upon confessing, a 16-year-old trans teen takes the life of her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and upon confessing this to police officers in an interrogation, expresses that the bulk of what she argued about with her mother was her mother misgendering her. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we have an interesting story, and one that's picking up heat right now online because body cam footage has been released and interrogation footage has been released in a crime committed by a 16-year-old at the time by the name of Julie Egler in 2020.
Only 16 years old, man. Like, we're already off to a terrible start. I mean, you're 16. Like, you should be, this should be the last thing we're having to think about or worry about. It's just crazy and so sad. And I mean, you can see clearly this person is not doing well, right? Like, I'm not saying this to be mean. It's really a tragic situation. It's, I mean, clearly mental illness, right? And just, they're just not well. It's really sad, so...
24. Now, Julie Egler took the life of not only her 38-year-old mother, but her mother's 22-year-old boyfriend, which we'll get to in just a moment.
Okay. That's something.
Now, this is an insane story because the 16-year-old shot and killed both of these individuals, also stabbing her mother's boyfriend, then called police and blamed it on a black man that she claimed had invaded their home and killed her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Let's look at the body cam footage.
You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
When Palm Bay police got to 16-year-old Julia Egler's house.
Why is that?
I mean, how do you even... Like, I can't even imagine... Like, what would possess you to do something like this? I mean, it's actually crazy. And then the police show up and you're just, like, lying about it, I guess.
A door smash.
So uncanny.
Body camera video we're seeing for the first time in the 2024 double murder shows the teenager telling officers someone broke in.
Heard, like, loud banging.
And killed her mom and her mom's boyfriend.
Do they think this is gonna work too, by the way? Like, do they think that they can just tell the police random stories about, like, oh, this is actually what happened and it's gonna work? And they're gonna just not suspect you of anything? I don't understand. And yeah, you're gonna see she actually blamed it on an imaginary black man that allegedly had broken in. Yeah, very, very progressive. Obviously, that was not... the progressiveness was... It's just, it's mental illness is what it is. And it's sad. it's sad because it is mental illness and it needs to be properly addressed. And it's not being properly addressed, right? None of this is being properly addressed. And in fact, it's being so encouraged and enabled that whenever anyone does push back, things like this can end up happening, and it's very sad.
So we want justice for your mom and her boyfriend, and figure out who did this and why.
The truth why, according to police, wasn't revealed until interviewing Egler at the station. Police didn't give me video of a confession, but 2 years ago they told us Julia's mom, Kelly McCollum, didn't accept that Julia wanted to be a boy. In the body cam, Julia first mentions the
Good mom. And mom, I guess, suffered and was murdered for it. Was murdered for trying to just be honest and tell the truth. I don't know exactly how the mom handled it. Maybe the mom didn't handle it in the best way. It's still no excuse for murdering your mother and her boyfriend, but it's just sick.
there was conflict with her mom when she was still at the house.
Me and my mom started a lot.
You have a conversation.
Police also say Julia didn't accept that her 38-year-old mom was dating a 22-year-old.
Okay, so there seems to be a lot of layers to this obviously devastating story where two people have lost their lives at the hand of a 16-year-old who then tried to cover up this crime. It seems as though police officers, upon entering the house, could pretty quickly figure out that this girl was not telling a story that ran in line with what they were seeing in the home with these two victims. And now it's later been confirmed that a large part, I guess, of the animosity she held towards her mother was due to her mother misgendering her and not being supportive of her gender transition, which is something we so often see in conversations like this surrounding gender ideology, surrounding transgender kids who are looking to transition or seeking out gender therapy. And we've spoken about this at length with parents who represent a split in ideology.
How old even is this kid? What are we doing? And I guess this is like holding a trans flag and I have a rainbow. This kid can't be much older than what? 8, 9? Like, what? What's going on? Like, yeah, and I get, people try to cancel me for saying that trans kids don't exist. Yeah, trans kids don't exist. I mean, I'll be crazy and say I don't think any of it should exist. I think that it's mental illness. I'm not saying people don't actually have real problems, that gender dysphoria doesn't exist. I think it very much does. But we gotta stop normalizing all of this. We gotta... We need to protect these children. This is wrong, and it's just so disgusting. It's awful.
Ideology on the issue, where often parents are fighting for custody over children who they want to transition or don't want to transition. We've seen parents lose custody of their children fighting against the child's transition. And now we have a story like this where a 16-year-old has killed both her mother and the mother's boyfriend, in large part.
And I'm not sitting here, by the way, because I want to make this very clear, I'm not saying that every person who identifies as trans is going to go murder someone. I don't think that's the case, all right? I really don't. I'm not going to sit here and act like that's the case. However, I will say, clearly, this is a problem, right? Clearly, there is mental illness with these people. They have issues. I mean, you don't believe that your body part matches with what's in your brain. It's a mental illness. It is. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that to be offensive. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying that you're not sincerely struggling. I'm not saying that there aren't problems. I'm not saying that it doesn't probably hurt. I'm not saying that all those feelings aren't, somewhat valid, that you're experiencing them. But that doesn't mean that the answer is to say that you're a different gender. That's not what the answer is. That's not what the answer should be. Especially when you're dealing with children. Because when you're an adult, you're an adult. I think if you're an adult, you want to go live your life how you want to live it, go live your life how you want to live it. It's not up to me to tell you how to live your life. But when it comes to children specifically, children are innocent, children are vulnerable, and we shouldn't be allowing children to just do whatever they want to themselves. And if children have an issue like this, we shouldn't just be throwing them on hormones and telling them, oh, it's okay, sweetie. You're just not really a girl. You're just not really a boy. That's just not the answer.
Due to the fact that she's being misgendered by a mother who does not support a transition here. And I don't know if Julia was on testosterone or hormone replacement therapy. It's not to be said in any of the reporting on this story. We do know that she was wanting to go by the name Jasper and was adamantly...
It's so sad. I guess these are old photos with her and her mom, and it's just like, it's just so sad. She looks like such a happy little girl, you know? Like, I'm not gonna presume to know what happened to her, or what maybe, excuse me, if something did happen to her to lead her to, you know, feel this way. I think sometimes it can be trauma, you know? I'm not saying it's always trauma. I think sometimes it can be trauma. It can be other things. But this is just so sad, you know? It's really sad. And the sad thing too is it's become so normalized, because I remember even being in high school, and back when I was in high school, I was very much like, especially like I would say like when I was like 16-ish, I was all for like gay rights. Like I really was. Back then I was not a Christian, didn't care about any of that stuff, was very much actually actively against it. And I was all for gay rights. I still, at that time, had felt like the trans stuff was weird. I was like, I don't get that. I don't understand. How can you be something that you're not? That doesn't make sense to me. It never made sense to me. It's like, I still remember being like, I think I was like 16, maybe I was 17. And I was having a conversation at lunch. I remember this girl sitting at my lunch table, and we were talking about like racism, and she said something about like, well, reverse racism doesn't exist. And I remember saying, what? Like, that makes no sense to me. What do you mean reverse racism? Like, you can't be racist to white people? And she's like, no, don't you know? Like, yeah, you can't be racist to white people because they have all the power. And I was like, but that doesn't make any sense, because there are people that hate white people just because they're white. That makes no sense. Isn't that racism? No, that's not racism. And like, at the time, like the common sense that I had, I was like, that doesn't add up, you know? And I was someone who was, you know, pretty like progressive when I was a teenager. Like I would say I was. And I never understood that, you know? And then I went to college and it got pushed on me. I got brainwashed. I became super woke. I was like in my women's studies classes, I was saying, you know, trans rights and all this stuff. And I would have, you know, supported stuff like this at the time, because I was brainwashed to believe that this was right and this was normal. And I just thank God every day that he pulled me out of that, because it's a dangerous place to be.
Stating that she was a boy and that she was trans identified, of course. Now we have this clip that's come out of the interrogation where Julia details the fact that her mother did often misgender her. And I'm not saying that this is the main reason.
And also, quickly, I do want to say, too, because I, at one time, had these thoughts and these beliefs, I feel like that's part of why I'm able to approach things maybe a little differently than some people. And while I still feel like all these things are obviously bad, I don't necessarily believe that everyone who has these opinions have bad intentions. Whereas I think sometimes people can... And I'm not saying nobody has bad intentions. I'm just saying I think that many people believe this is truly what is right. And I think that because at the time, I truly believed this was what was right. Like, I was convinced that I wanted to be a good person. And I thought, well, if I want to be a good person, I have to get on board with all this stuff. Because if I don't, then I'm not being a good person. And that's all I cared about at the time. You know, I just wanted to be a good person. And now what I care about is pleasing the Lord, which is very different than pleasing this world, right? Those look very different. And I agree that intention doesn't necessarily matter in terms of the outcome, but I do think it matters in terms of talking to people, because whenever you talk to someone and you just assume that they have bad intentions, that they're evil, and that they're doing everything to be evil, I feel like that can make the conversation not as productive. But whenever you talk to someone as a human being, that you don't see things the same way, but you don't believe that they necessarily have bad intentions, they're just misguided, which still is making the outcome really bad. You know, it's still harming people. But I just feel like we shouldn't look at people as like, you know, that they're all evil, they're all trying to hurt people, they're all trying to make things bad, because I just don't think that's the case with a lot of people. I really don't. And now some people, I think some people are just straight up evil, and just want to see the world burn. I mean, you know, but yeah. And I think a lot of people are genuinely hurting, they're confused, they're lost, they feel like nobody cares about them, and they find this community that's accepting them for exactly who they are. No, you're perfect like this. Yeah, you're actually
has committed these murders. There's probably more going on within this household. As they even stated in some of the news coverage, she was also upset about the dynamic between her mother and this boyfriend, but it does seem that a large part of the vitriol that she felt towards her mother was due to being misgendered, and we'll watch that in this clip here.
Now, as the interview continues, Julia describes frequent arguments with her mother, Kelly McCullum, particularly about her gender identity. And she tells detectives that she felt misgendered at home. And she says that the issue was brought up repeatedly during fights.
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like, okay, you're not a real boy and blah, 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 and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay. Heard that her mother would say you're not a real boy, and then she goes on to characterize it as a whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
She doesn't approve.
Which it's like, is that all your mom said? Did your mom just say that you're not a real boy? Or did your mom start like calling you names and like berating you and abusing you? And again, it doesn't mean that you should murder someone, obviously. But those are two really different things, right? A mom just being very honest and blunt with their child. Listen, you're not a boy. I love you. You're not a boy. This is, you're not, you will never be one. That's very different than being like really aggressive and mean and hateful and screaming at them and telling them that you know, they're gross or they're weird, they're not loved. Like, those are two very different things, right? And it still, of course, doesn't justify murder. It would maybe explain things a little more, but it still obviously wouldn't justify it.
Approve of your lifestyle, that she doesn't approve that.
Would you say that she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She was trying to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than.
Yeah, I feel like if your mom was like straight up like abusing you, she wouldn't be trying to meet you in any type of way. And I don't even know. I feel, well, I mean, I feel bad for the mother. The mother is now dead. That's very sad. I mean, I don't even know. As a mom, like, how do you handle this? Like, I guess with as much love and as much grace and as much honesty and prayer as you can, because I do not envy any mother in this situation at all. It's so sad, and I just can't even imagine it, truly. I mean, no matter what, I would love my child, right? I would never not want to be in their life. I would never kick them out. I would never do anything like that. But at the same time, I would not accept these things. I would be honest with them. I would say, hey, listen, this isn't right, you know?
And kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. So, I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments? Or does it maybe not the root, or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's the thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia?
Okay, so as you can see there, confirmation that the misgendering is brought up often in conversation, and then she alludes to the idea that her mother is purposefully misgendering her. And there's a lot going on here. Of course, we know that this should be characterized as mental illness, and we should be able to talk about this issue through that lens. And the fact that we're often not talking about this as a mental illness, I think can lead to outcomes like this. And how much trans violence have we seen recently? And this is not to alienate the entire trans community, but
Well, exactly. I mean, it's not to alienate the entire trans community, but it's honesty. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that mental illness is not deeply, deeply, at the very least, intertwined with this. I mean, I would sit here and say, I would say that it is mental illness, right? I believe it is mental illness, but you cannot, even if you don't feel that way, you can't tell me it's not deeply intertwined together. It's just not true.
Just had a mass shooting in British Columbia, Canada, perpetrated by a trans-identified individual. We had another shooting at a hockey game where a man came in and killed.
That was brutal. I don't know if you guys saw that about the whole hockey rink shooting. That was evil. That was awful. And once again, it was a grown man living his life out as a woman, had left his wife, left his children, showed up to the hockey game to kill his wife and children, or ex-wife now and children. Luckily, some of the kids survived. He did manage to kill his ex-wife and his son, and possibly someone else. I don't really remember. And then, of course, at the end of the day, had to turn that gun back on himself and pull the trigger because, you know, just had to be a coward and go out that way. It's truly disgusting. I will never, ever, 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 you know, support or advocate for someone taking their life. Obviously, I would never. I wish this person would have gotten help. But if you are going to kill yourself, if you're going to do that, don't bring other innocent people with you. I will never, never, never understand that. I'll never understand killing someone else in the first place, let alone if you're going to end it by taking your own life. Don't bring people with you. That is disgusting. It's just evil. And, I mean, there's really nothing else to say about that. It's just evil.
His ex-wife shot his children, I believe, killing one of his children.
And then imagine being the other children, how traumatized you are, how, I mean, you'll never be the same, you know? Your dad just killed your mom and your sibling, and you were there, and somehow, you know, survivor's guilt, you made it out alive. Why didn't your mom live? Why didn't your sibling live? And then now you don't even have a dad either. Not that you really had much of one before, but it's just terrible.
Also trans-identified. We have Audrey Hale in Nashville at the Covenant shooting, trans-identified. We have a multitude of trans shooters that maybe I will list on the screen here for you guys to see. And this does seem to be a particularly small part of our population that is coming to the conclusion of committing crimes like this. And again, it's not to say that all trans people are violent, but we have to talk about the link between a mental illness like this and the propensity to commit an act of violence. And when you have a 16-year-old now saying that a large part of the arguments they got into with their mother, who is now deceased because of them, had to do with misgendering, we have to have a conversation about that. And so often when young people are going and seeking gender therapy or gender care, they are given this idea that they have to choose between transitioning and dying. Parents are told, do you want a transitioned child or do you want a dead child? And if you have a young person who has that idea locked into their mind, has a parent that is resisting that idea, resisting their transition, what are we expecting to happen?
And it's so sick that that's what they're presented with. Those are the options that you get. It's like, okay, well, would you rather have your child live and not be the gender they were born as, or would you rather your child die? It's like, actually, no, there is another option there. And they just don't even present that option. It's sick.
Of course, there's a multitude of different ways in which you could respond to this, but violence could be one of those outcomes, especially in an underdeveloped mind that is now being taken over by what should be characterized as a mental illness. So it's not surprising to see this sort of stuff, and it warrants a massive conversation about how these things are linked together. And I think it's important to note that right now, the ideology that exists within this leftist vein of thinking with gender tells you that words are violence, your silence is violence, your lack of action is violence. So if you're a young 16-year-old who is convinced you are a boy when you're actually a girl, and somebody's telling you, no, you're not a boy, no, I'm not gonna refer to you as Jasper, or is either accidentally or purposefully misgendering you, I think you are going to interpret that as an act of violence against you. And it seems as though she decided to respond in what she believes to be in kind to these individuals who were, I guess, influencing a life for her that she didn't want for herself. And of course, a lot of that is speculative, but if you are a transgender kid who in your interrogation makes it a point to lay out the constant misgendering that took place at the hands of your mother, I'm gonna be led to believe that that's a massive influence on your actions. Here's the reality. When you teach kids that life is just a choose your own adventure when it comes to your identity, and that when people don't affirm that identity, they are actually disavowing your entire existence and they don't want you to be on this earth.
Because that's how people think too, right? Like for me, I'll tell someone, listen, I'll respect you as a person. Like, I don't think you're an evil, terrible human just because you submit to this ideology that I don't agree with. However, I'm not going to affirm it. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to act like I affirm it or support it. We can agree to disagree and we can, move on from this conversation. That's not good enough. You have to affirm them or else you hate them. You couldn't possibly love them for who they are and just not accept this one part of them, because to them, this is everything about who they are. It's their entire identity. And that's dangerous, right? To have your entire identity be in your, gender like that.
This is the result you're going to get. She should have never been introduced to this ideology in the first place. And I don't know what else was going on in her relationship with this mom and with the boyfriend. I cannot speak to that. But if misgendering had any influence on the murder of this mother, that is absolutely insane. We have to start shifting the way we talk about this. We have to start having honest conversations about how the culture we're creating right now surrounding these issues leads to outcomes like this. Otherwise, these outcomes are going to keep going. And right now with the story, you have 2 lives lost and a teenager whose entire brain is just decimated by ideas and influences that have been ushered into their lives. Who knows how? How many more stories like this do we need before we have that conversation? Guys, those are my thoughts on...
Yeah, and I agree. I think that this is one of the reasons why I do talk about this stuff sometimes. Nobody hardly wants to talk about this, right? People are afraid to talk about it. People are afraid of backlash. But I think we need people talking about it. Especially, we need people talking about it in a way that is loving, is Christ-like, and is honest, right? Because we don't get enough of that. We really don't. A lot of what we see is people affirming. This is great. This is amazing. Or sometimes you'll see the very opposite, right? Well, you'll see people just attacking trans people, saying that they should all die, making fun of the suicide rate in trans communities. I think that's disgusting. I don't think we should support that. I don't think you should think that's funny. It is not funny when someone takes their life. They are mentally ill. They have issues. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's sad and it's disgusting and it's demonic in my opinion. And so, yeah, I just want to be very clear about that because it is sad. I don't think we have enough people speaking about this in a way they should be speaking about it. And I would love to see people talk about it more. I would love to see this not be normalized anymore. Because it's hurting people. It's harmful. And I think a lot of people don't even understand how harmful it is. Because again, people think that they're just being good people. They're doing what they believe is right, but it's not right. So, that was kind of a heavy topic. Thank you for sticking with me through that. That was a lot, but I think it's important to talk about it. Because like I said, we need to be talking about these things. This stuff cannot be normalized any more than it's been. It needs to be, not normal. Because it's hurting people. It's hurting children. It's not to the point, where it was adults can do whatever you want behind closed doors. You can go live your life how you want. You can do what you want. Just don't mess with kids. Now it's affecting kids. And it's been affecting kids. So, it's sad. Well, this last video, it's short and sweet. And I think this last video is exactly how I want to end this stream. Short and sweet, and it's amazing. A little mood lifter. I saw this on Twitter, and then it came across my YouTube, and I was like, we have to watch this. And it's just baking a tub of cookie dough all together. And I want to do this. Like, look at this. I can't believe it actually worked. It's crazy. Like, wait for the cookie to come out. It's like look at it. I want this cookie. I want to eat it. I want to eat the cookie. I'm hungry too. I didn't have lunch. I didn't eat before side scroller. I had breakfast this morning, but look at that cookie. That just looks so good. I want that cookie. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $5. Love your insight on these topics. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Would Rev put sweet and sour sauce on it? You guys kill me. You guys actually kill me. Yeah, that is gonna be it for today's stream. I really appreciate you guys again coming by. Thank you everyone also who came from Side Scrollers. I had a really nice time with you today. It was a good day. We talked about a lot of stuff. I won't be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Bible study at the Discord. If you're not in our Discord on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. EST, the same time as streams on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, we do a Bible study in the Discord. There's a physical book, but if you don't want to buy the physical book, we upload the PDFs in the Discord so you can follow along. It's really great. We all get together in the voice call, and then we break off into breakout rooms and talk about the topics, and it's just a good time. So if you're interested in that, feel free to join the Discord. The Discord is 18 and older. Obviously, no NSFW stuff is allowed in there. It's just to protect everybody, keep everyone safe. There's a link to the Discord if you'd like to join. I'd love to have you over there. Also, my Twitter account, or I guess it's called X nowadays, I actually just got accepted for memberships. So if you'd like to support me more on X, you'd like to see more tweets from me, it's just $2. So if there's something you're interested in, I'll be tweeting on there. Just more like personal thoughts and rambles and stuff. So that's available. Also, obviously, my Patreon, if you want to support the channel more on Patreon. I think it's /C. I should really have all these, like, linked, but I don't. I just remember it because I am a smarticle particle and I have my brains. Tinley, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Peace. Peace and Trauma Tuna with the $5. Thank you. Thank you, Strawb, for all that you do. Tell Rev I said hello and that maple syrup is great on pancakes too. He likes maple syrup on his pancakes. I will let him know. What's the name of the stream you were on again? It is Side Scrollers. It's a podcast. It's at noon EST. Like, is it every day? Like every day of the week? Or like weekdays at least? They are live like all the time. But yeah, Side Scrollers here on YouTube. They're also on Rumble, Monday through Friday. Gotcha. Yeah, they're also on Rumble. They're on their own website. All those things, so if you're interested. It's always fun. Me and Rev go on. We're scheduled every other Tuesday is the way our scheduling is with Side Scrollers now. They invited us to be regulars late last year. And we of course said yes because that sounded like some fun. So yeah, we've really enjoyed going on. So they've been so nice. Like, they're just good people. They're fun to be around. They're sweet. And it's just been a nice thing to do because honestly, I've always been kind of like I'll interact with people and stuff, especially on Twitter, you know. It's easy to interact on Twitter, I feel like, but when it comes to streaming with people and like making content together, I've always been pretty shy to do that. Like, even with Rev, we really haven't had that many collabs together, you know, but like I would do it with him, and there's been like a few like one-offs I've had with some people in the past, but overall I usually don't collab with like anybody ever. And so yeah, it's been nice to like actually interact with other creators and be able to stream with them and, you know, talk to them and just like meet people. And, you know, you really can only get to know someone so well through like interacting on Twitter. I mean, it's so surface level, you know, like unless you're having actual like verbal conversations with someone, I feel like you really can't get to know them on a deeper level, you know what I mean? So it's been nice to actually get to know some more content creators a little better and just have that, you know, those opportunities and those moments have been nice. So I've enjoyed it. And I actually didn't introduce Craig to VTubers. He was already like, I know Kirsha had been on a lot, some other VTubers had been on a lot. So before we even ever went on Side Scrollers, they were already into the VTubers, it seems, which is pretty cool. It's cool that like, I don't know, face cam streamers and stuff would be so accepting of VTubers because, you know, I could see people being like, that's kind of weird, you know? But yeah. When it's Phoenix's birthday, you have to collab. You know, they tricked me like, what was it, a couple shows ago? And I really thought it was Phoenix's birthday. I was like, oh, happy birthday. And they were like, Strawb, it's not his birthday, but every day is his birthday. I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea. Would it be alright if I shared the Discord invite link with my girlfriend? Of course, yeah. As long as you're both 18 or older and, you know, you follow the rules of the Discord, that's all that I need to happen. Yeah, you're all welcome. Also on Monday nights, last night, we watch The Chosen in the Discord together. So if that's something you're interested in, we watch an episode every week. We're currently on season 3, I think episode 8 now, I think. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, we do that 6 o'clock Eastern time, 6 p.m. EST. We watch The Chosen in the Discord, so that's fun. And I have events set up for both of those. If you go into our Discord, you can sign up for reminders of those events. So for the Bible study and the Chosen nights, because that's always fun. Such an awesome show. I love The Chosen. I think it's great. For sure. Chat, I don't know what to have for, well, it's kind of late for lunch now, isn't it? But me and Rev are actually going on a date night tonight. We're going to the movies. So I'm excited to go to the movies. I love the movies, you guys know that. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I love going to the movies. Ahem. What movie? Oh, what is it called? I can't think of the name of it for some reason. Oh, the I Can Only Imagine movie. We're going to see that. It'll be really good. I'm excited. It looks really sweet and like emotional, so I'm excited to go see that. It's the second one. I Can Only Imagine 2. So yeah. That'll be fun. So we're doing that pretty soon actually. So yeah, I gotta go get ready for it. I'm not talking about anything crazy. I mean, it's just a movie. But I love going to the movies. I love just, there's just nothing better, chat, than like going to a movie theater and getting like a reclining chair and getting like a nice crisp Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi. And like Rev will get popcorn. I'll have a couple handfuls. I'm not a huge popcorn fan, but like I have to have a little bit. I'll get a little bit of popcorn. I'll like have a little snack or something, or get some kind of chocolate and just like enjoy a good movie. I just love movies so much. Like, I don't know. It's my favorite like pastime. Like if there's something we could go do, you know, like if you just want to go have some fun, I just love going to the movies. Soda pop makes your stomach hurt. I love Diet Coke. I can't lie. I'm drinking water right now though, so I can have my Diet Coke later. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of an awkward time to eat. Cause it's like 4 o'clock. And I was also I was gonna make soup for dinner. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll eat dinner before or after the movies though. So I don't know. Movie popcorn is really expensive. Yeah, it definitely can be. It's worth it though. It's worth it though. It's worth it to me if it's good. If it's a good movie theater popcorn. But and I do like if I'm gonna get it, I like extra butter on it, and then also the like seasoning salt. That's so good. It will kill your stomach though. Like, truthfully, that's probably one of the main reasons I don't actually get my own popcorn. I just eat a couple handfuls of Rev's popcorn because I do like how it tastes, but I only like it if there's like a lot of butter and the seasoning salt. And so not only is that not really good for you, but then on top of that, like, if you eat enough of it, it makes my stomach hurt so bad. Like, it hurts so bad. It's not worth all the pain, you know? But that's just me. I guess I'm kind of weak. Weak sauce, you know? Yeah, they do usually have free refills for the big ones, which it's like, you know, it probably is not good if it's already making your stomach hurt with just the one bag if you get a refill, but you know. It be like that sometimes, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'll see you again on Thursday. Thursday we're going to be talking about, I read some of Trent Horn's book about Catholicism. We're going to talk about some of my thoughts and my questions about Catholicism, because I still have a lot of questions. I still have some things that I don't entirely agree with, some things that I'm still curious about or confused about. So we're going to kind of just discuss that. That'll be pretty fun and interesting. I hope to have a very like good and respectful conversation about it. So I'd love to have you there if it's something you're interested in. We're going to do that Thursday. And again, tomorrow, no stream, but we'll be doing the Bible study in the Discord. And yeah, then Friday, 11 a.m., we'll have our members only stream per usual. So if you don't have a membership but you'd like to join on Friday, feel free to get a membership and you can hang out with us. We're going to just be chatting, maybe talking about some stuff. Very comfy, chill stream. So that'll be a good time. Which book? It's called The Case for Catholicism by Trent Horn. So I'm not Catholic, but I did read the book because, you know, I've always been curious about it, and I've been learning a lot over the last like year or so about just, you know, Christianity in general, all the different branches, and I consider myself an evangelical. Growing up, I always went to like Baptist or non-denominational churches when I did go. That was just kind of what my family did and what they were and are. So that's kind of what I'm most familiar with. It's really not that common where I come from to be Catholic, especially not Orthodox, but not really Catholic either. I'm from the South, like the Bible Belt. Everyone's like Baptist or like non-denominational, you know, it's more common here. But yeah, it'll be an interesting conversation for sure on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that for sure. So I hope to see you guys there. If you want to come, of course. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, drink plenty of water, eat some good, healthy, yummy food, and I'll see you later. All right? Bye!